got that mile high magic. You can feel it in the air, in the altitude. Feel it when you can't breathe.
Life in a barrel. Life in a barrel. Life in a barrel.
What it do, Broncos country, and welcome to your number one source for Denver Broncos news, takes, and opinions. This is Life in a Barrel. Inspired by the legacy of the late Broncos superfan Tim Barrelman McKernan, we seek to give you raw, educated, and unfiltered takes and opinions. I am your host. I go by the name of Town, and joining me every week, my partner in crime. Please welcome Tariq Hatchet Young to the show. Reek, how you doing today, man?
You know, another day in paradise. What can I say?
Yes, sir. Yes,
another
sir.
day in Broncos country.
Oh, it's always beautiful in Broncos country, man. Even if it is a little windy out there today, you know, a little cold, but you step out in the sunshine and it's nice and hot. So it's a little confusing of a weather day.
Bipolar day.
Yeah, for sure. How was your week, man?
Man, it's been a week. Had a coaching clinic I was locked in all weekend on. Tired. Took a lot of notes, you know. Love the game and love to learn more about the game. That's all I can say. And give back to the little dudes out there.
Yeah, for sure. I've taken part of Glazier myself. I understand that it is quite a conglomerate of football knowledge in one place, and it's great if you can take advantage of it.
Exactly.
You know, my week was good, man. I'm getting my little one ready for football himself. He's going to be starting tackle football for the first time, so he's really excited about that, and we're getting ready for it.
Heisman,
that's right. That's right. But let's not forget, man, we are giving away a Broncos jersey of your choice as soon as we get to 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to be entered into the drawing when we cross that threshold. Reek, why you want to give away a Broncos jersey?
Because I'm a good person. You know, I try to take care of Broncos country. You support the podcast, we're going to give you an investment in return. We're going to give you a jersey. But you got to subscribe to the YouTube. Come on, stop playing. Subscribe if you want the free jersey. It's free.
It's free. Free 99.
We handle the shipping and handling and all that. You know,
That's
get it
right.
For free.
That's right, man. That's right. Free jersey. Just hit that subscribe button, and we will be here every week with new episodes to keep you entertained. Now that the 2025 season is officially wrapped up, we can look back on the season as a whole for the Broncos, and it really was a hell of a season. Many pundits picked the Broncos to be the next up during the preseason, but then turned the fraud lights on them during the regular season. Despite the hate from fans and media, like the Broncos shocked the world, going 14-3, winning the AFC West for the first time since 2015, and making it to the AFC Championship game. Our job today is to look back at the season and give you our top 10 moments of the 2025 season. Our countdowns work a little differently here, being that there's two of us. We were both asked to put together our own list, and we will be filling in the overall list in alternating order. If one of us chooses something we have on our list, we will need to cross it off and keep going until we have our finished top 10 list, which may be a little wacky, but you know, that's the fun in this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That being said, I will kick us off with number 10. And my number 10 moment of the Denver Broncos 2025 season came in week 4 against the Cincinnati Bengals when J.K. Dobbins becomes the first Denver Bronco to reach 100 yards in a game in 38 different games.
It was a long time coming. You know, we get close, but it never happened. And finally got a 100-yard rusher once again.
100-yard rusher. You know, the Shanahan days, we used to pump out 100-yard games like nothing for these running backs. So for us to go 38 games, last time this happened was 2022, 2023 season with Latavius Murray when he did it over the Chargers.
Rough.
Yeah, it's been a rough time, and this is the first time during the Sean Payton era that this happened. You know, we leaned on the run game against Cincinnati when they didn't have Joe Burrow, and we came out on top with a 28-3 victory.
We love that. We love it. We love it.
But all right, Reek, we are going to go ahead and transition over to number 9. What do you have for number 9 on the list?
You know, for me, I pick strictly plays plays all year. My favorite plays. We're gonna give J.K. Dobbins a little bit more love. I want to take it back to week 3 when he had the one-handed 19-yard reception that he scored a touchdown off of. He tight-roped at the end to score, and I said, "Oh, that boy got the magic." I would love
Yeah,
for him to come back.
definitely. Yeah, that's a name that we should definitely keep around, man. As long as he's healthy, he's a game changer.
Exactly. I appreciate him so much. He did a lot for us this year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That was the one where he like had to like dive into the end zone at the last second, right?
Yep.
He like barely
dove in-
stood in bounds.
Yep. Dove into the end zone at the end.
Okay. I see you there. We're gonna go ahead and move on to number 8. And this one did not happen in the United States.
Oh,
I am talking about the week 6 matchup against the New York Jets, where the Broncos defense sacked Justin Fields 9 total times as the defense powers the win over the New York Jets in London.
international games are rough, but shout out to the defense. They were wide awake the whole game. The offense was not, but them boys came to work. I loved it. I knew that game. I said, we're definitely going to get called frauds after this.
Traveling over the pond to play in London is a big ask of any NFL team. It's a giant disruption to your routine. Now you add the athleticism of trying to defend Justin Fields and the run game of Breece Hall. The Jets offense has the potential to be dangerous. To go in and hold Breece Hall to 59 yards on 22 carries and hold Justin Fields to 45 yards on 9 of 17 passing while getting 9 sacks by 8 different players, that's elite defense, man.
Elite. And look, I can't even complain. We had London. At least we're not going to Australia next year.
Yeah, that's a hell of a trip.
Yeah, too bad for them 49ers and Rams fans. It's going to be rough.
But Rick, we're going to go ahead and move on to number 7. What is your number 7?
Number 7, the Broncos hosting the Cowgirls at home and putting BTA on them. Dondre Tillman having that 36-yard interception on Dak Prescott. That was so amazing. The Cowboys can't touch us.
No, it's been years.
It's not the 90s no more.
There's grown ass adults who were not born the last time the Cowboys beat the Broncos.
Exactly.
Bo had 4 touchdowns that game?
Bo was going stupid that game. 4 touchdowns. I think he had he had to have over 300 yards too.
I don't think it was over 300. I want to say it was 297. He was right there.
Oh yeah, it was somewhere close to it, but he played his ass off that game.
Yeah, he definitely did. He played his ass off, and that was just one of them measuring stick games that they said we were going to be exposed as frauds, and we came in and put belt to ass and won by 20. So fuck off.
Dak gonna Dak.
Dak gonna Dak. Cowboys gonna Cowboy. And the Broncos have historically had their number. So let's go ahead and jump to number 6. And my number 6 came against the Green Bay Packers. I am talking about Patrick Surtain II's game-changing interception of Jordan Love. And that was a rough start to that game. The Broncos did not come out fast. They did not come out aggressive. They did not come out playing Broncos football. And Jordan Love got a little cocky. And he tried testing the reigning defensive player of the year with a deep ball to Christian Watson, who actually had a step on him. But, an incredible athletic play by Patrick Surtain II put him in great position to intercept that ball. And he did just that. That singular moment flipped the momentum of the game, leading the Broncos to a 34-26 victory in a game that, again, Denver was supposed to lose.
Is it crazy? I put that at 2. I put that specific play as my number 2.
Okay.
Because it was a game changer. And for them to try Pat like that is crazy. I'm sorry. I know Addison's going to see this. He's going to see the clip. But this is what happens when you try to put a receiver like that on Pat Surtain. That's the results you're going to get. On my Richard Sherman.
Sorry.
Christian Watson, good. Don't get me wrong.
No. Yeah. Christian Watson is a good receiver, man.
You don't do that to Pat. It's disrespectful.
You don't do it to Pat. He showed why he was the defensive player of the year all year. And yeah, it was one of the things. I don't blame you for putting that at 2. I I understand with us doing this the way we're doing this, there's a lot of shit that's going to get looked over.
Oh yeah, definitely. Somebody gonna be complaining about it.
We'll touch on what got left off the overall list when we get to the end. But all right, now that we got number 6 out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and let you handle number 5. What you got for number 5, man?
My number 5 goes to Big Marvin Mims, changing the momentum in the Raiders game, having the clutch punt return touchdown.
Okay.
That we were tied up 7-7 with a little neck to neck. We wasn't doing too much, but Marv got that touchdown and shifted all momentum in the game.
That was the second matchup against them, right?
Yep, second game against them.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about the first one.
Yeah, that was a little crazy. The Raiders actually did put up quite a fight in that first matchup against us. The score was 10-7. So for us to handle business the way we needed to in the second matchup, I was okay with that.
As long as we win, as long as we sweep them off the board. I get tired of they talking. So
yeah, and that's all they could do, right, Gary?
Oh yeah, I forgot he gonna see this too, but fuck it, he'll be all right.
He'll be good. He'll be good, man. Raiders will be all right. They got a Clint Kubiak running the show now. Like, honestly, if it was any other owner, I would probably be concerned.
But them Davises, can't trust them.
The Davis family is going Davis family. All right.
Exactly.
They're going to do what they do.
I will say Gary's a man of his word, though, because the season before we bet on who would have a better record for $50. And I told him we was going to have a better record. And sure enough, I was right, and he paid me $50. Man of his word.
Man of his word. We like that. We like that. Well, shout out to Gary for being a man of his word. But yeah, Marvin Mims, he's an all-pro at what he does. Unfortunately, didn't make that this year, but every year prior, he's been a Pro Bowl, all-pro returner.
They got to use him more in the offense. They got to.
I agree with that. He is the X factor of the offense if they can get it going.
Exactly. They got to give him more playing time. I get it. You want to give Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant some playing time, but you got to give Marvin Mims some too, because when it came to when it mattered most at the end of the year, Marv was doing his thing.
Yeah, he definitely was. I still want more out of him than what he was showing, but yeah, shout out to Marv. Well, we're gonna go ahead and transfer from talking about one Denver Broncos wide receiver to another. At number 4, I have the induction of Demaryius Thomas into the Denver Broncos Ring of Fame.
I thought you put that at 2.
Yeah,
I thought you put that at 2.
Okay, yeah, I was tempted. This was one of them ones where it really could have been at any spot in the top 5. Demaryius Thomas was the heartbeat of an entire era of Broncos football, from his shocking playoff catch and run in overtime against Pittsburgh in 2011 to being a centerpiece of the legendary Super Bowl 50 team, the Broncos' second best statistical receiver in history, only behind Rod Smith, takes his rightful place among Broncos greats, honoring his life and legacy before the New York Giants game. His spirit was definitely in the building for the 33-point fourth quarter comeback the Broncos pulled off too. Rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas. We miss you down here, Broncos country.
For us to have a receiver like DT and everything he did for the community and what he did for Broncos country, such a blessing. I wish we didn't trade him on how everything went when we traded him and everything, but nothing but love to him. Like you said, second leading receiver in Broncos history.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, him and Peyton Manning together, they were special, man.
Yeah,
and that was truly his best friend.
Peyton Manning and DT together was a special combination, and it was off the field too, which is why you still see Peyton here celebrating DT the way that he does. And not just Peyton, but Emmanuel Sanders too. He's constantly out here. And then players on the team, players not on the team, Justin Simmons and Garrett Bowles, they knew him. Cortland Sutton, they were part of the team when he came along, or when he was cementing his legacy there. So
he was their vet.
Yeah, he was their vet, and it sucks that things had to go the way they had to go. It's not just the football business of trading him, but just him in the tragic way that he passed. That's hard for a fan base to swallow that, man. He was so young.
Definitely. It's rough. It's rough. But
Yeah.
shout out to DT's family. Hell of a ball player.
Hell of a ball player. And,
Hell
you
of a
know,
man.
yeah, for sure. I take solace with the fact that his mama got to see him play in person
Mm-hmm.
after all that time of not being able to. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and move on from that to number 3 on our list. Reek, what you got?
My number 3 is Big Nick Benito calling game overtime against the Commanders, the Redskins, whatever you want to call them. 2-point conversion. Throws his hands up in the air, smacks the ball down, says it's done, throws his helmet up in the air. Crazy play because our defense was getting torched that game. That was the first game off of bye week.
Yeah.
They weren't making any stops. Mariota was looking like he was playing at Oregon again. And then, bow, game on the line. Oh, we're going to go for the 2-point instead of kicking the field goal to tie the game. And, they got a little cocky and Nick Benito made him pay.
Yeah, he definitely did. That was a hell of a play by Benito. I'm gonna point out though, if he didn't jump up in the air like that, the fucking receiver was wide open in the end zone.
Very true.
And that was a loss. So he literally prevented a loss that game.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Nick Benito. Marcus Mariota made our defense look like fools that game. It was not a pretty game, man. It was not you don't have to win pretty as long as you win. That was not an ideal way to win. But Benito sealed it the way he needed to seal it, and Broncos walked out of Washington with a overtime win.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on from one game-changing defensive play to another for the number 2. And I am talking about Jaquan McMillan's overtime interception of Josh Allen in the AFC divisional round. Oh my God, you talk about the clutchest of the clutch. Divisional round of the AFC playoffs. You're up against the reigning MVP of the league, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, the team that beat us in the playoffs last year. Pretty handily, I might add. With everything on the line in overtime, Josh Allen tries the defense deep, nearly completes the pass to Brandon Cooks, literally had the ball in his hands. But McMillan had his hand in there too. And as you know, the receiver must survive through the ground in the NFL in order for it to count as a catch. And unfortunately, the ball popped out when Cooks hit the ground. And not unfortunately for us, McMillan came up with it before it hit the ground for an interception. There was a review. The call was upheld. It was controversial. It was divisive. Y'all are crybabies. It was a fucking interception that put the Broncos offense back out on the field for the game-winning field goal to go to the AFC Championship game.
That's some shit because that definitely was my one.
I had a feeling.
That was definitely my one. Oh man. Yeah. Still crazy to think. I definitely thought he caught it at first. And I looked and I said, oh, that's a pick. McMillan got it. That's a pick. If we don't pay that man, we're gonna have some serious problems because that man played his ass off for a contract.
Yes.
He balled out all year.
Yes, he did. He played his ass off all year. That interception was especially crazy. My first thoughts on viewing it, the first replay that I looked at, I was like, that's a simultaneous catch that's going to Cooks. But once they started saying, no, that ball's moving once he hits the ground, I was like, oh, it is moving. Therefore, that's an interception. Broncos on to the AFC Championship game, and your coach is fired.
Even Joe Burrow said it was a turnover.
Yeah. Brandon Cooks knew it was a turnover. That motherfucker didn't say nothing.
You know it's bad when people get online and we're the talk of the town, Then they be like, oh, that's why Bo got hurt. That's not why Bo got hurt. If they would have called the damn holding in the end zone, he would get healthy. So,
yeah.
But that was a game-changing play. All momentum came back to us.
Yeah.
Definitely a top 10 play of the year across the league in my eyes.
Oh, for sure. It is really unfortunate that just a couple plays later, Bo broke his ankle.
Yeah,
we don't want to talk about it, but that's the reality of it. And just ended the Broncos season essentially right there.
Yep.
And but shout out to Jaquan McMillan for putting the offense back out on the field to take advantage of it. And now, Reek, we go to number 1. But before we go on to number 1, we're going to take a look at our list so far and see what we have and where we've come out, and maybe some stuff that might get left off the list. Who knows? At number 10, we have J.K. Dobbins hitting 100 yards versus Cincinnati for the first time in 2.5 years. Number 9, we have J.K. Dobbins once again with his one-handed touchdown catch. Number 8, we have the defense with 9 sacks against Justin Fields. Number 7, we have the Broncos just putting Cowboys over their knee and belt to ass in them. Number 6 is PS2's interception over Christian Watson against Green Bay. Number 5, we have Marvin Mims' punt return touchdown against the Raiders to kickstart the offense there. Number 4, we have DT, Demaryius Thomas, being inducted into the Ring of Fame. Number 3 is Nick Bonito against Washington, batting the ball on the 2-point conversion in overtime, sealing the win. Number 2, we have Jaquan McMillan intercepting Josh Allen in the AFC divisional round, sealing momentum in Denver's direction, sending them onto the AFC Championship game just a few plays later. And now we go on to number 1. Tariq, what is your number 1 for the Broncos 2025 moments?
The number 1 moment, we were just talking about it, but with the whole game, the Broncos beating the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round to make Bo Nix the second Denver Broncos quarterback that was drafted by us to win a playoff game. Only him and Tim Tebow are in that conversation, which is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten most of our quarterback success from Colts quarterbacks.
Yeah. You know, Colts turn into Broncos, as they say.
Yes, they do. I'm still waiting for that Andrew Luck unretirement call.
Yeah.
If he would have kept playing, he would have ended up in Denver.
Most definitely. You know, we'd have worked something out. They'd have been like, "Oh, you're too hurt. You want to go to Denver? We'll ship you over there in no time."
Oh man, that is funny. But yeah, man, that was a huge thing. Our first playoff victory since Super Bowl 50. And like you were talking about, only the second quarterback to actually win a playoff game drafted by the Broncos. Like that, Bo Nix he's that dude.
Him and Tim Tebow are in an elite conversation.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Man, him and Tim Tebow, the only 2 Broncos that have been drafted by us to win a playoff game. That's just so crazy to be.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. I agree with you. That's of all the great football that we've had here in Denver, only Tebow and Bo Nix are the quarterbacks that we've drafted to actually win a playoff game. That's ridiculous.
Hey, we still never had the number 1 pick in the draft.
Hey, we did have the number 2 pick, and that turned into Von Miller.
Not too many people can say that.
Yeah.
That class is elite. 2011, that's like the best draft class ever.
Oh yeah, 2011. I don't know about ever, but yeah, 2011 is it's
going
up
down
there.
As ever.
Okay, that's a take. But Reek, there was some stuff that got left off this list. Doing this the way we doing it, there's no way we finish the list without stuff being left off. Now, what got left off on your list?
One of them was definitely Bo Nix's Patrick Mahomes throw against Washington. You know,
oh yeah, that was
the sack. Almost fell on the ground, threw it to Cortland Sutton right in the end zone.
What else did you have on that list, man?
I had RJ Harvey's. Let's see. What was it? I had an RJ Harvey play. Yeah, his 38-yard run against Jacksonville, where he scored off of. I had that on there as well.
Got you. And see, for me, I have the defense sacking Cam Ward 6 times in his NFL debut in Week 1.
Rough.
Yeah, that was bad. Okay, what else do I got on this list? That was Benito's batted pass. You had it at 2. I had that thing at 7.
It was a game changer.
That definitely was a game changer. Okay, the PS2 interception. Oh, Reek. How could we talk about the 2025 season and we don't talk about these fourth quarter comebacks, man, against the Eagles and the Giants? Oof.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of comebacks this year. Especially those 2. Definitely forgot about that.
Just in those 2 games, we scored 51 points just in the fourth quarter.
And just from the first game, We broke the Eagles after that game. They were never the same.
Yeah, but see, like that was another one of them games where we were supposed to be exposed, but then the goalpost moved after we won.
Oh yeah, and then people were giving shit. Like even me, I gave shit to the Eagles. I said you went away from what works for you to try to prove to everybody that you can throw the ball, and it cost you in the end.
Yeah, cost you in the end, and Saquon Barkley stood there most of the game. Not only the Eagles comeback where they dropped 18 points in the fourth quarter, but we're talking about the Giants comeback, which was my number one. You're down 19-0 at the start of the fourth quarter, and you completely explode offensively, dropping 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Crazy. That game was so crazy. I remember we were at the pumpkin patch. I said, we're down 19-0. It's over. Next thing you know, I started locking in. I said, we're coming back. We're coming back. Made it to the end of the game. Somehow won. Bo was dealing in the fourth quarter.
Bo was dealing and he was willing. He was throwing. He threw 2 touchdowns and he ran for 2 touchdowns. And
Troy Franklin had that crazy tip touchdown pass.
Yes, he did. That was clutch, man. That was clutch. I mean, and even the missed extra point and the missed 2-point conversion earlier in the game, if they make those, you still don't even have a chance. You have to score a touchdown at the end. The field goal don't do it.
And somehow the Broncos came in the clutch. DT was looking over them and said, don't worry, I got y'all boys.
Yep. And he definitely did have him, man. He was in the building. He was in the building for that one. But
and it's crazy. You look at that game, 19-0 in the fourth quarter. The stands are still full.
Yeah, they definitely were. I think the only other moment that I haven't touched on that's on my list is the defense rattling Patrick Mahomes as Bo Nix gets his first head-to-head win over Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Great game.
It was a great game.
Great game right there.
Yeah, Mahomes has been the boogeyman in Denver for a long time.
But it's over now.
It is. And we should have, I mean, if not necessarily we, but the national media and like people around should have noticed this when we were a blocked kick away from beating them in Arrowhead last year.
But they constantly sports media in general is just terrible. Like ESPN, they love LeBron. The NFL insiders, they love Patrick Mahomes. Chris Collinsworth loves Mahomes. You can't tell them anything. They know everything. Like, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go touch some grass, bro.
Literally. But with that, we are about out of time for this episode of Life in a Barrel. Reek, before we head out of here, is there any place these folks can find you on social media?
Reek.season with 2 N's on the gram. Go follow your boy. But actually, don't go follow me. Go subscribe to the YouTube. I don't even know what I'm saying no more.
Well, you heard him, but hey, no, go follow him too. Reek.season on Instagram, 2 N's. Make sure you go give that boy a follow. As for me, you can find me on all social media at town.5280. Hit me with a follow. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel like Reek was saying, man. Keep up with all our bullshit. Hit that bell to get notified when we post a new episode or new short, whatever it may be. And YouTube is the exclusive place to get full-length video episodes, so don't forget that. And also don't forget that we are giving away a Broncos jersey of your choice when we get to the 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So get on that if you want that Broncos jersey. Life in a Barrel also has an Instagram and TikTok accounts at Life in a Barrel Pod on both platforms. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you give us a rating. Super appreciated. Next time, we go take a look and a deep dive into the Broncos' upcoming free agents and who we should keep and who we should get rid of. For Reek, for Town, for Broncos Country, for Life in a Barrel, we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Life in a barrel. Life in a barrel. Life in a barrel.